Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tenants Manager 24, episode 26. We have a 500k loan. It's a Christmas gift, as it came on Christmas Eve. First thing we need to do is spend it, because that's what you do, right? You spend it. You don't save it, invest it, and keep yourself from going deeply into debt, right? No, we invest it immediately. Also, confirmation of what I suspected before. 12 months. 12 months with 10% interest on the repayment. So it is paid back over just 1 year. And we now sit on my birthday on 309,000. Let's get busy on spending it. No staff hires this year. We need physios, but it's not happening. We need to improve our financial situation. So after conducting some research, I think we're going to be going with the restaurant. Here is why. So 175k rounding up for, obviously it's not for 20,000 because expenses come with it. It's for 11,500. But it's not even for 11,500 because we make 47,000 a month as it is with the 3 businesses that we have in place. 47,000 a month is what we should be making, but when we go to the earnings, the business center, same tab we were just on, only earns 26,700. It is more than half. It's about 57%. So we're getting, I'd say, roughly 3/5 of what we're supposed to be getting. So out of 11,500, we can expect to get 6.5, 7k a month better. That's it. Out of our 75, 80k debt that we are dealing with, we're suddenly gonna cut it down by 10%. We're not making that big of a dent. Okay. For comparisons, though, medical center, 9.5 out of 19k. We're getting 50%. We're getting like exactly 50% of what we're supposed to get out of the medical center, and that is because we don't have the bonuses and the downtime or the recovery time bonuses. They are on the minimalist side. So at 50%, the other one that I was really looking at, the balneotherapy, 250k, so it's 75k more right off the bat up front, leaving us with quite a bit less money left in the bank to get us in debt that much faster, to then let the interest spiral and cost us more long term. But at the same time, what are we getting instead? Well, 15.7k, but we're only going to get half of that, so just shy of 8k, where the other one's going to earn about 7. So for 1k a month more, we spend 75k more. Over 1 year, right, we're only recovering 12k, maybe 13, right, slightly higher decimal point. So we recover 13 of the 75k over 1 year. And that is why I'm going to save the 75k, keep ourselves out of debt a little bit longer, and we establish a restaurant. For this one, how long is it going to take? Only 1 month, so we'll get the benefit of it pretty quickly. That does not leave me with enough to do another project, though there are a couple of projects that are close. For one, the cold therapy room, pretty close on that one, not too far in debt, but we're about to turn the month anyway, so it's not happening. There is one in the sports center that would bring in some money, but we're talking about less than 3k, and it's that 75k. And here's another one of those examples of 50%. We're gonna get that just slightly over 1k. So the weight room, maybe it kind of puts us right back where we were with the balneotherapy room, plus a decimal point or two in the same amount of financial situation. I think for the same reason why I didn't want to go with the balneotherapy, I don't want to add the weight room on right now. The tiny reduction of debt, like a 1.5% reduction of debt versus the banking costs. Not worth it. I mean, we spent $3K last month on that $300K debt that we had, and there was no loan at the time. We already have a loan plus interest that we have to repay this coming year, and then you add in debt on top of it, and those banking costs are going to get crazy next year. That $134K will keep us in the black for a little bit of time, and by little bit I mean like till February. Before we get into the new season, let's get to know our new athletes. First off, King is just outside of the top 1,000 in her rankings now, with Kayla Cross, last year's late addition, at 295. Not a great position, obviously, but considering where outside of Montgomery, where the other two were, huge upgrade. And the other two are even higher, with Alexa Knoll at 137, right there with Montgomery. So we've matched Montgomery here. And then Emilio Nava coming in at 163. So Cross and Nava, huge upgrades compared to Nagunye and Havda, ranking-wise. Cross's profile, we've got her physicals taken care of here in the preseason, and her mentals, the technicals are another matter, and I'm finding consistently that that's what I'm having the hardest time with. And maybe it's because there's 6 attributes to work on. There's 3 attributes to work on versus a laundry list. And so when you train, you're only training, 4 of them, 5 of them. You're not getting all of them. And that could be why we're seeing much smaller rates of improving technicals. But anyway, lots of 11s in the technicals. Same, everything's 10 plus in the physicals. Mental's not great, but she does have that +2 for her focus right now, at least. For Noelle, a serve power of 13, forehand is a 13, otherwise 10s, 11s, and 12s, so about the same. Physicals, about the same, 11 to 13 range. Mental, a little bit stronger, but not that far above Cross. Nava, he's got serve down, 15, 16 there. His return is good with a 14, and otherwise it's 10s, 11s, and 12s. Physicals are 11 to 13 range, same as the others. His mental is 10 to 12 range, but the untrainable composure, killer instinct, and fighting spirit are solid already with a 14, 15, 15. Pretty strong in that department. Yeah, I'm wondering though if we want to change up tactically what he's doing, because this is not making the most of his skills. I mean, this is calling on most of his weakest attributes to be his primary game plan. I'm not sure that's going to go terribly well for him. Like if we just simply switch to powerful baseline play, we're tapping into the forehand, which is definitely the stronger, and his serve power, which is definitely stronger, and his counter, which is pretty good, and just playing into that natural fitness. Yeah, I think that's probably the direction to go. As for Noelle, pretty balanced overall. I think we're okay with an attacking play for her tactic, while Cross, well, really balanced, really even, and yeah, that's not making a difference. And King, of course, we've had a lot of success, but you may notice, for one thing, we've got her speed maxed out, and we've got that color change for the first time into the blue and the focus, which are 2 of her key attributes. Both at 18s now, both carrying +2, so they're at that max of 20 with the bonuses anyway. We're getting very strong outside of her footwork and natural fitness, which are lagging behind a little bit. Her physicals are 17s and 18s. The mentals are very good, the trainable ones 16 and 18, where the untrainable ones are getting close to a 25-year-old Emilio Nava, where she's 18 now, and yeah, already 11, 12, 13 because of the successes she's had. Now, the technicals, of course, are the ones still lagging behind, but we've made progress there. Top spins now at 11, and that's one of the key ones. Backhand and forehand consistency are now 10s, and that is not accidental. I have, when training, I'll train technical across the board, and then I'll add one to make sure I'm getting the bonuses on these. So like how Topspin only has a +1 right now. In the coming week, with the next tournament a week away, I'll probably be changing her training focus for technical, doing an edit, and making sure I find a Topspin one to add into it. Usually one session, as long as their physical condition is not bad. One session does not hurt that physical condition. It does help with that form. It gets that bonus up, but also that constant rotation anyway of our 3 primaries, more often than not being the bonus session, is starting to see those 3 pull ahead. Some of these were behind the others, but they're definitely ahead now. And then what I would do is, if I've got the +2s on each of those, I'll look at something that's missing. There's plenty of +1s right now, so they are missing. But more often than not, I'll look at and go, well, where are we weakest? Like a backhand of 8, or that drop shot and control, and the timing. Because she's got that negative with the -2 rackets. I've been putting a little more into timing to try to give it a little bit of a leg up. Our agent is set to retire at the end of the year. Our agent is a level 1 agent with a negotiation of 10. Thinking about trying to do something about that one immediately while we have 70k left, as it's January. So we enter our first tournament of the year. We did not have to go through the qualifiers for this one, and King at 10-14 gets a favorable first round matchup, and I mean really even the 2 seed 706 feels like somebody we can maybe handle. We won our last tournament at this level. We could really use the points. We want to at least get through the first round to score a point. Easy match, and it proves to be so. There's 1 point in the bag to start the year. Cross goes out in the first round of her 70 level tournament, $1,000 for that one. Noelle goes out in the round of 16, so 3rd round exit, 9,000. It's already a huge boost compared to what we're used to seeing, because that's a 250 tournament and a 3rd round exit. That's a good start right there. That 2 seed gets knocked out by the 11-13. As we're not in the Shire, 1,113 the opponent for this one, lower ranked than us, and we have a path to definitely go forward and get some more points. Balanced match though. I think down here the rankings don't mean much this far down. We get a wild card 941 in the quarterfinal, so we're already into the quarterfinal in our first tournament of the year. Easy match on paper. 6-2, 6-4, 3rd straight victory. Definitely picking up the points. This should get us inside the top 1,000, maybe even top 900 following this one, and getting us those automatics where we don't have to worry about qualifiers. So my early plan was I had us in qualifiers for the first 2, but then they turned around and gave us an automatic for that first one. So the next tournament, I think I'm scheduled to go through the qualifier. But after that, I skipped it, going, I think I'm going to get enough points in the first 2. Well, I think we've gotten enough points in the first 1 to cover that. So we're already starting to step up our game here in our first pro season. I mean, sure, we won a tournament last year, but we attempted, 2? We attempted 1 the year before. This year, we're going to be on that senior circuit outside of the junior slams. Nava, in a Challenger Tour 100 level, made it to the semis. That should be good for his form. That is the, I think, highest level he can participate in. So based on his ranking, or maybe not the highest level, but certainly an adequate level that he should be happy with, I would think semifinal there should help his form. 5,400 for that one. So we've had a good start already, 86,000. And it's not going to add much, but maybe a couple thousand for King can bring us right up back to about 90k, meaning, almost 20k better off in just 1 week. In the semis, we have the only ranked opponent left in this tournament, 728, Kavdova, and then it's not Baker, it's like Bacher. Bacher into the final. Balanced, slight outsider. It's a semifinal. I'll let the AI do its thing. We are into the final 6-1, 7-5. All right, we should be motivated on 3 out of 4 fronts. Showed up as thrilled. Is that what happened? Yes, everything but the relaxation, which is troubled for our opponent. She got 2 out of 4. Indecisive on the motivation, so 2.5 out of 4. So we have a slight advantage mentally. We have
15-30.
a moderate advantage physically, but at 75-80%, it's going to be quite a while before she's suffering from making mistakes. But with this opponent, we have never played Bacher. First head-to-head. Of course, we're going to get a lot of that this season as we are getting into the pros and climbing through the ranks fairly quickly as we get an ace on that one. Not exactly our strong suit, and yet somehow this is looking easy right now as we broke our opponent on the first game, and we are comfortable with service in this second game. I mean, we are scoring some easy points, and she's not even getting remotely close to being able to play the ball in a competitive manner. Yet on paper, this is supposed to be a balanced match in which we are the ever so slight outsider. That was the first point where we've really seen much of a challenge, and we immediately turn around and use the next serve to our advantage to get her to have to lunge very wide to the outside and easily go back the other way, take the second game, and then go with her serve and immediately turn around and do the same thing. We're on the return, and yet we're so easily taking her serves and getting on the front foot very quickly, very aggressive with our play for Martina King today, and at the moment it's working out really well. I thought that ball would have been a little too long, but it just stays in, hits the line, and outside of a couple of mistakes, we would have already had the third game of this first set. Very much unforced. Our opponent is not threatening us. That's the first time that she's gone aggressive and gone on the front foot, and then she hit well wide, and so here we are with a chance to break, but we go to deuce. Obviously a 3-game lead in this first set would be a significant advantage, but she finally hits a good first serve that threatens us and puts us on the back foot. She immediately turned it into a point. She's got advantage, but we've got to... Ooh, don't have the winner there. I thought we did, but we turn around and get the winner on the next one, and it's back to deuce. Oh, outer edge of the line, but it goes in. Gets the call. We've got some space to attack here, and we have attacked, and there you go. Advantage. Another winner. Scoring a lot of winners in these first few games. Attacked the net, but didn't cover enough ground there. Gave her a little too much time to pick her spot, and she was able to pick her spot well and left us hanging. Back to deuce yet again. Thought we would have reached that one just fine. Did not. And we're back to that deficit. But this is what it's going to take for Bacher to win a game. This is going to be pretty dang easy, as we absolutely crushed her when we served. And when she served the first time, we had no problem beating her. And this time is taking a hell of a game, one way or another. Whether we win it or lose it, she's in trouble. She's in a lot of trouble. Ooh, thought we would have... Oh, wow. Okay, well, 2 games won. She did squeeze out the game in the end, but look at that. We get service, and that's not even a rally. I mean, it's just... We hit the ball twice. And it's 30 love. Oh, that's on the line. She got that call a little bit ago. That's what I'm talking about, though. We are having such an easy time with service to secure the game. I think we're headed for a pretty dang easy day. It's 3-1. Nearly broke her in that next game again, but not quite. With service for the first time, she made it close. We nearly break her again. We were up love 40 or 15-40. And took us a while, but we did eventually finish off that game with the break. And now with service, it's set point 40-15. Not going very aggressive at the moment. Finally, we push her off to the side a little bit. She tries to go to that opposite side, the space we gave her, and hits it wide. Not very accurate. And she's down to about 50%. So as we head into the second set, she's going to get a little recovery here. It's, 60%. It's going to take a bit before that impacts this set. But I'd say after about 4 games, maybe 3 games, she is going to be suffering an accuracy penalty, and she seems to have accuracy penalties as it is. Already up 3 games, 1. We had another chance to break, but couldn't pull it off. But then with service, we are dominating with service, and in her service, we're making it difficult over and over again as we break her again. It's 5-2, and with service, she's given us a game here to hang on for the match, but match point, she hits it into the net, and we got our winner. And that is a lowest level, second time winner. I'd say we're ready to move up, but we need the points. We need the points to climb that ladder. We'll climb that ladder soon enough. Yeah, just shy of 4,000 for that, 3,824, bringing us up to just about 90K. Funny thing was my agent was dealing with negotiations for a new agent, but here's the deal. It was a tier 2 agent. We have a tier 1 agent. It was an improvement with only a slight increase, about 1,000 a month, in what it would have cost us. Obviously, I don't want to be spending that money right now, plus the 5,000 sign-on fee, plus whatever I would have to turn around and do to get rid of our agent. I'm going to wait until next season. We'll be able to find a new agent. It'll be okay. Let the contract run out, let them retire, and then I'll bother with that. That would have been a waste of money otherwise. So in just 1 week, form is good for 2, weak for 1, excellent for the other. Morale is good for most. It always takes a hit as I try to set realistic goals, knowing that our other 3 are likely to lose form and struggle to maintain rankings and certainly not climb. King, though, into the top 900. Physical condition is the one to watch out for. Everybody's looking pretty good except for King, who's a bit tired after winning. This was the tournament that King had the wild card for. Coming right in. Another rookie 10, so lowest level a week later, and we start with the our old ranking for one thing, as it doesn't update. It's already set a week prior, but we have the 7th seed for this one, so not the easiest path to get forward, but if we can get past this one, apparently it's going to be easy. Okay, well, there you go. We are into the second round and now into the easier path as we kind of take the seeded spot and can move forward. Noel and Nava both trying to go through qualifiers for the Australian Open. They each got through the first round, no problem, but Emilio Nava losing in the second qualifying round. However, that's still enough to earn 11,000, bringing us up over 100K by mid-January. We're not getting that 33K Montgomery bonus because of that nice ranking she had. However, collectively, that group as a whole, plus the rise of King, I think will more than make up for it, especially when we were getting virtually nothing from Havda and Nagonye for years. I mean, we were getting 20K a year. Nagonye was, I'd say Havda was probably 30K and Nagonye was about 20K for a whole year. So 50K in prize money total out of those two. I think we're going to obviously eclipse that so much, but can we keep up with the Montgomery pace through the 3? Right now I'm saying that that's going to be pretty damn easy. I think we're going to be making a lot more money this year than we've made in past years, and especially from King as she rises up and plays at higher tournaments. But the big thing, of course, is we go into this semifinal already against a qualifier, and a 753 Cayetano in the final. If we get there, balanced, but should win and do win. So into the final. I'm not going to play this one. It's rookie 10. We've won 2 in a row. Alexa Noel through the second qualifier. Is it 3 though? Balanced match, slight outsider. It's okay. I know it's a final, but again, lowest level, ready to move on from lowest level. 6-4, 6-2. We do get the winner, and that's back to back to back lowest level senior tournament victories. The points will shoot us up the rankings, meaning almost immediately we can start scheduling the next tier of tournament instead. But a lot of that's scheduled in advance, so I'm going to have to hop over into her calendar and see if I can alter some registrations. Alexa Noel, it was through 3 qualifying rounds, and Noel loses in the 3rd qualifying round, so we're not going to get the 33K, but that should still be a pretty decent amount. Yeah, 13,000, so another 13,000, plus King getting another almost 4,000, brings us up to 118 already. We nearly have a balanced month. We're only 16K in debt for the month of January. Now, we're not going to have a slam every month, even though we didn't even qualify for the first round. Just having 2 players in the qualifiers, plus the overall winnings of the full team, right? 4 athletes actually making a little bit of a run in tournaments and actually qualifying and making some money. It's adding up, right? It's really adding up. And the month of January is not done, so we still have a chance to turn a profit for January. But again, we only get 4 slams along the way. So it's not going to be there every time. It's not going to be available for us every month. We're not going to make a profit continually. But it's a sign. It's a sign that we are headed in the right direction. It's, can we maintain it? Can we maintain the form that these players have? If they can continue to find some results and be happy with those results, then yeah, we're looking damn good on how things are going. Development, well, everybody was competing in tournaments, or at least 3 out of 4 were. We get a wild card for the Dallas Open for Nava. Yeah, okay, it's good money. We'll take it. Already, everybody at least has partial satisfaction. First month of the year, things will change, but it's a good start. It is an absolute good start to the season. I'm very happy with where we're at this moment. And King already jumping to 776 in the rankings. That's Havda territory. So Noel has replaced Montgomery. King has replaced Havda. And we've replaced Nagunye, who was nowhere in the rankings, with Kayla Cross. And we've replaced, I suppose you could say, King from before with Emilio. Like, it's adding up, folks. It's going to add up. Just the slide of Montgomery has hurt Noel, though, up to 123. Up quite a few spots after that tournament. So happy with that. We got some recovery. And excellent form. Very happy with that. Yeah. Things are good. Things are good at the moment. But like I said, King, I need to try to push up to a higher tournament. We'll see what we can do with that. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.